What's good, people? We're back. SJW live. Myself, Novar FLIP. Obviously, this is still something new I'm building, so bear with me a sec. I just got the screen up. I'm just getting a few things together. Yeah, I was supposed to do this at 8 today. We're doing it at 9, and I'm still a bit behind, but it's all good. I'll let a few people join and all that anyway, and then I'm gonna go and share the link to the Facebook gang again. But yesterday got some good feedback, some good interaction, should I say, because it wasn't all love, yeah. The thing I did calling out or highlighting Devlin's racism didn't go down great with everyone, yeah. A couple people were feeling a way about that and had some comments to make. So one of the first things I'm going to do here today is get straight into them comments. But like I said, just bear with me a minute, because I'm just trying to get some tabs up, some stuff that I saved about Andrew Tate, because I think today I'm going to do some Andrew Tate reactions. And it's not just like reactions. I'm not going to pull up, this is stuff I've seen before, just to be like completely transparent. It's not like I'm going to sit here and react to his videos. I'm going to actually show some people, because some people seem to think, oh, no, he's tweaking the truth, he's speaking the truth, and all of this kind of stuff, yeah? So I'm just going to show some stuff that if you still think this guy's the guy after seeing all of this, then there's no saving you. Like, there's literally no saving you from the fires of hell that await you. That's a bit extreme, but I believe it. Oh yeah, this one's mad. Okay, that's mad. That's what we're going to get into. This is what we're going to get into today. Because what I've realized, I said something the other day, right? I said I got a theory that I've noticed that the anti-trans podcasters and anti-trans kind of social media community seem to be like very okay with like really nonce narratives as long as it's by men. And when it comes to trans people, like, they're always trying to run a narrative that they're after kids and they're abusing kids and they're this like story time stuff and all this kind of news stories, yeah. But I'm like, okay, how come you're saying that, but when it comes to straight men, you're cool with it? Like, you're completely cool with it. It come like, actually, the anti-trans narrative throughout is designed to protect cis male nonces, yeah, straight male nonces. So I'm like, wait a minute, this is actually a paedophile ring cover up, and you lot are all involved, and now you're all complicit. This is just a thought I've been having recently, right? And then today something came up from like a red pill kind of podcast guy talking about young girls, like sexual acts of young girls. I want to show it in a bit. And Andrew Tate does that a lot as well. And it made me realize that's also a similar space. The red pill space and anti-trans people are actually the same people a lot of the time. So the anti-women people, I realized there's a lot of really nonce narratives going on in all of this, and I'm not having it. We're going to actually talk about it. We're going to call it out. Oh. So I'm just making sure I got the right amount of tabs here. From what I've just saved earlier. Yeah, so I got a bunch of tabs there about Andrew Tate stuff. So the other day, this conversation came up, right? And I was just sending this stuff to Terra. I was just finding all this stuff because I was looking for something else from Andrew Tate, right? And I just started looking for certain things and just sharing them to Terra, going like, yeah, here you go, look at this. So while I was doing that, I put them all in Terra tried to send me a voice message, man. I want to ask him, yeah. Should I play these voice notes out loud or not? Probably not, because he's probably talking about his mate. You know, I don't know if it's his mate, but the guy that I've been going at it with today is someone I think who he knows or came to me from his page. But fuck that guy anyway. Yeah. Man wanted to come on the live. He was like, "Can I join?" The guy I'm arguing with, yeah. But I said, "No, you can't because you're a punk." But I am just slightly trolling him. But I haven't worked out how to get people to join this yet, so it's not just because of that. You know what I'm saying? So let me just put this in the comments. I'm live. We're gonna let the people know. Yeah, I should be putting this on other social medias as well. I just do it on my Facebook, but that's just one of the places I get the most fast interaction. But I probably actually get more interaction on like TikTok, Instagram. So I probably should actually post it in them places. But I'll get to doing that eventually. It's just a lot to make happen straight away. Let me just see what Tara's saying. This podcast is... He said, yeah, play him. No, don't. And he said, this podcast is jokes. Hey, shout out Tara Slim. Listen, yeah, Tara, I'm not going to see your messages if you want to message while this is on, yeah, but come to the chat. Send something in the chat on YouTube, please, Tara, just for me to see, because I've set it up so I can see it on the screen this time, but just come over there and let me make sure I can actually see that come through. What's the guy's name anyway, Tara? Let's get to your boy. So I posted the thing about Devlin yesterday. If you ain't seen it, you know what I'm saying, go back and watch it. Alright, so it's Graham Javon, right? He said to Tara, your mate is an absolute melt. Your mate is embarrassing fella. Is that the company you keep? All mental. Cool, we got people watching. Yeah, we got people watching. Yo, Emma, I've got a couple comments coming through, but I'm not seeing them here. That's annoying. Oh, why is that so annoying? Look. Mad thing. Right, he said, mad thing. I fell asleep last night. I'm here now. That's Tara Slim. I'm in the chat, G, and big up Obi Joe who said, yo, Eminem live. We're gonna get into the I can actually see the chat on the screen there, but it's a weird one. Like it's got a thing in the way of it, so it's not showing until the comments are a bit higher up, which is annoying because I'm only getting a few comments coming through at this stage. So let me try and make that better somehow, man. That's a joke thing. Now I've just got rid of the chat. Oh well. That's gone completely. I will work this all out, guys, eventually. Just trying to add the chat to somewhere I can see it. I think now somewhere I can see it. It's kind of somewhere I can see it. This joke thing. Look. Alright, now I can see it. Now I can see it and I can see myself. That's all I want to be able to do. Boom. For crying out loud. Now I just mashed up the whole thing. Alright, there we go. Now it's back how it was. Alright, so we've got Tara Slim in the building, we've got Obi Joe in the building. Should I get into these comments straight away? I'm thinking that's what I should do straight away, rather than go to any reaction stuff yet. Yeah, let's go to these comments. So let me just share the screen. Is that gonna work? Yep. Boom. Alright. So here's what I posted yesterday. You go back and watch the other episode. I called out Devlin's racism and the fact it was in an article that I was in from what I tweeted and thought he blocked me over 3 years ago. Only found out about it yesterday, so that's why I'm talking about it now. And the fact he just dropped a new music video where he says some weird stuff about urban. Weirdo. Alright, cool. So we had this comment yesterday that I read out from Sons of Tribe, yeah? We're going to get to this one as well. Hopefully that can be read on the screen, right? But Sons of Tribe said, Novar FLIP is the fascist. Anyone telling people what words they can and cannot say is fascism. Calling people racist for supporting Brexit is fascism. But we all know Novar FLIP is here to cause division. Ironic as he calls out people for dividing. All right. I kind of brushed past that yesterday because it was right at the start of me live streaming for the first time. I was a bit like flustered trying to work out what I'm doing and that. But that is a mental comment. Yeah, that is actually a mental comment that reveals his racism in a crazy way. And I got more into it with him today about that. Yeah. And it looks like Graham Javon's in this same subthread. So let's look at this. Yeah. So I told him, I reacted to this briefly in my live last night, but actually brushed past it. This is actually wild. Didn't know he was one of those people. And this is why, right? Because, look, he's talking about calling people racist for supporting Brexit. That's not what we were doing, yeah? That's not what was going on. I'm talking about Devlin's comments where he was essentially telling people, if you don't like it, go back to where you came from, which is an established racist narrative. God, I've still got Terra Slim's inbox open there in the background. It's a bit blurred, but yeah. Cool. And then I said to him, boom, all this talk about the establishment and you're a Brexit supporter and a go back to your own country supporter, because that's essentially what we were talking about, yeah? So that's what Sons of Tribe is backing. This Sons of Tribe guy is a waste man. He's due to get caught up with. Don't watch your lives, blah, blah, blah. Don't watch my lives, cool, I only started yesterday, but you actually watch me non-stop because you make whole fucking 10-minute videos about me being a fucking royal actor. Fucking idiot. I'm telling him racism is a factual thing. I don't get to decide what it is. Only you white supremacists think you can do that. I've not been doing lives, blah, blah, blah. I want to get to Novar FLIP. So can one be racist towards one's own race? So if I'm against the free flow of Eastern Europeans who are the Caucasoid race, which is what part I am part of, how can that be racism? How can I be racist towards my own race? Again, these guys love to get into semantics. They go, religion is not a race. Oh, it's not a race. It's not racism to talk about Europeans coming to the country. They're literally like, they'll be doing it openly, talking about immigration, saying all the stuff EDL people say about immigration, and then they'll be like, I don't care. I'm saying, okay, racism, whatever it is discrimination, and it indicates the thoughts of a racist person. Let's just keep it real. I don't want to read about this idiot's comments too much. But he did say some mad stuff that I want to get to. Because he kept saying, I'm for immigration when it's needed, right? And then he went into all these narratives about foreigners are taking our jobs, basically. Yeah. I have lost the chat again, on this side. The chat's supposed to be open over here, and I've lost it again. So I don't know if you lot are... I found a comment over there. Sons of Tribe is a total wrong un. Sons of Tribe is an R. Kelly defender. Yeah, he is. He tried to say R. Kelly's a royal actor, and like it's all acting. None of it's real, which is completely undermining to his survivors. So, he goes, if you need 10 labourers and you cannot find them in the UK, look abroad. That's when he thinks immigration is okay. But what he's saying is what we have is a situation where we have 50 labourers and only 10 jobs, and then they bring down the price, and then they hire cheap labour, right? Which I get the point of. It's a capitalism issue, yeah? So we need better wages, situations like that. It's not an immigration issue. It's a establishment capitalism issue, which he's supposed to be against with all of his wild conspiracies. Anyway, we're going to go on because this idiot was just chatting rubbish. Big up Phil Letio, who got involved, cussing him for not knowing what fascism is. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, yeah, I did call him out because remember he said all celebrities are royal actors. So I said, apart from the one they agree with your racist views, because he's standing up for Devlin. And then he did point out that he already made a video about Devlin, saying that Devlin is Mark Devlin. Now, I have no idea really who Mark Devlin is, but I do know that I saw him perform at a very right-wing festival before. Terra knows all about that. He can tell you about it another time. I'm not going to get into them people. Not today. Maybe tomorrow. Oh, gosh. All right, where's this guy anyway? I'm going to scroll through. This is just Graham Javon. I thought his interaction was on here, but it's on a separate part. So he's just weighed in. Let's read what he said, because I didn't even know. Not sure how a guy with such a big mouth can be so ignorant and flippant. The ego is unreal, and the fascist propaganda is another level. He will never change his views. He will always find a way to be right. To himself, his ego is out of control. So that is Sons of the Tribe like that. That's about me, obviously. Yeah. All right, mate. If you say so. And now let me see. I'll get the comments back again. Comment from Terra Slim laughing about Mark Devlin. Yo, hey Terra, yeah. Tell George to come here and write comments on the live, and I can you can chat to me there. You can't tell him to come and watch it and tag him, man. I might come off the screen and tag him in a minute. Where was the actual comments he was writing to me is what I want to remember, though, because I want to get to where it started with him, because he said something so wild. Well, I find it so wild, innit? I find it so wild. Yeah, he said he got 2 people watching and one of them is sadly me. Oh, you're interacting there. Come and write it on the thing, man. So come and write it on the thing. It's alright, bro. Hundreds of people are going to watch. You know what I'm saying? Whether they watch it live, this stays on the internet. You know, we're just starting a new thing, but hundreds of people are going to watch. Yeah, they have with yesterday's already. I can't find his comment. That's the actual bad bit. That is the bad part. Is I can't find what he actually said. Let's go. It was on that same thing, innit? I know it was on that same post because he goes, Devlin racist. Educate me. Oh, yeah, talk to me. Went past it right at the start. Boom. Then I'll just explain to him. Obviously, whenever someone jumps up on one of them, goes, oh, racist, are you sure? You know, the antenna starts going, the little red flag antenna starts waving on the side of my ears. But I kind of know they're going to be one of those racism deniers. But give everyone a chance, you know what I'm saying? Tell him, boom, he was on one, calling Brexit Independence Day and saying, leave it if you don't like it, yeah? He blocked me over it. Boom, bunch of people like that, shocked, whatever. What was the context, mate? Always, what was the context? And then you tell them the context, yeah? The context is directly racist, and they still don't get it. Told them country, as in a country, England flag posts, boom, boom, I find the screenshots. That's where I realised this article existed with my thing in it. LS Dopamine 36 has weighed in. Devlin's a bait racist, mate. How do you not know this? You know what I mean? We're talking about his racist link. So here he comes. The only thing I can find remotely close to racism I spotted is this. Out of context, I can't really tell, right? And that is the same thing from Jessence, where he says, after the way you've slated Britain, it amazes me you'd want to be here. Yeah, his basic go back to your own country comment. Yeah, so he shared the racist comment. Yeah, so we all know that's racist. The only people who deny that being racist are racists. Very simple. Blah 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 blah. I just need to find this thing that he said, man. Yeah, so he goes, forgive me, mate. I don't know if this is the main bit, but it's part of it. Forgive me, mate, but I'm not sure he's making that distinction. He seems to be alluding to the country, not its British or those who are visiting or living here that are originally from here. From what I can see, and correct me if I'm completely seeing this out of context, but it seems he's differentiating between a country and those who choose to live here. This is all weird anyway. Not a specific race of people. And again, it's what they do. Oh, it's not race. It's not race. We're not talking about race. And there's a point in that, because sometimes this kind of racism is against other white races. But, you know, racism is still a term we use in those circumstances, yeah? And the people who even hate white people who are from a different country as them are always still the people who definitely hate black people that are from a different country as them, and all non-white people who are from a different country as them. It's all just stupid semantics that you see every racist try. So not a specific race of people, which would be construed as racism in that context. It seems he's fundamentalist in his views, but I can't see racism in his post. I can see a patriotism that is borderline fascist in its approach. Racism, that's a stretch from what I've seen anyways. But I'm more than open to be wrong in my views, and blah, blah. And he's definitely not open to be wrong because he's just not listening to anything that's said to him. I asked him what would constitute as racism, and then it just go to them definitions that are so far in the past that it's ridiculous even going into that racism just means thinking you're better than someone, that basically deny the entire structural racism element, which is now in the dictionary. It's now in the dictionary, guys. I used to actually have to argue before that ignore the dictionary because the dictionary was written by racist people anyway. So don't listen to racist white people who wrote a dictionary about their definition of racism. Go and listen to people who are actually impacted by racism and go with their definition. Yeah. But actually now, if you look up the definition of racism, it talks about structural racism right there. Other people are weighing. I said this is the bit, fundamentalist patriotism. Now he said both of those two words before in the last thing, and now he puts them together. Yeah, what I can see personally is fundamentalist patriotism, which can be as damaging as racism, given the context. Credit for that. So if you actually believe that and that's your agenda here, then shut up, because there's nothing else to say. If you're actually going, oh yeah, it's still bad, I just don't want to use the word racism. Yeah. Bollocks. You don't like the word racism because actually the word racism bluntly states what it is and puts you in an awkward position and makes you have to check yourself and feel like you're not comfortable to walk around saying it. So you need to give it a different kind of term. Yeah. I laughed so hard when I read that. Fundamentalist patriotism. Like an idiot, I stopped and Googled it. Like, is this a term people actually use? Nothing came up. I realized, no, this guy just made that up because he didn't want to call it racism, so he made up a term. Absolute insanity. But yeah, like I said, if it's as damaging, then what difference does it make? Open to be shown otherwise. However, as I'm genuinely trying to find it, I have no dog in this fight. Yes, you do. You're a white supremacist. Other than wanting to know what is going on, appreciate the links. Yeah, shut up, man. I'm not, and that's what happened yesterday. Yeah. Today he continued. That's why I was like, I want to get into the comments with this and read them out. But actually, I just wanted to read that first bit out. You know what I'm saying? That's what I really wanted to do, because that absolutely cracked me up. Fundamentalist patriotism. I think I might have to change the title of this video and include that in it from this weirdo. Anyway, enough of him. What I'm going to do now, I think, is going to get into some of these reactions, man. Let's just get straight into the reactions, because I've spent the first good section of this just addressing what happened yesterday. Oh yeah, so also shout out to my guy, Ray Gerbrands. I think I've got his surname right now. I think I pronounced it wrong yesterday. He corrected me. Hopefully I got it right this time. But he sent me the video that I reacted to yesterday about Jordan Peterson, right? And I think I had a proper blonde moment. I don't know if that's like not politically correct enough for my platform. But you'll find out I'm not as politically correct as you probably think I am. For me just talking live like this. But yeah, I had a mad moment where I didn't even realize what he was saying. But he was like, these, Jordan Peterson and Andrew Schultz was basically showing that they were trying to say that, where's all the men in the movies, right? Bruce Willis, like the hero saving the day, the strong masculine man saving the day. And I saw all of these kind of nerds, and I started talking about Adam Sandler and all these, they call them buffoons, I think. But he wrote at the end of his comment, Ryan Gerbrands, like, have you seen any Marvel films, mate? You know what I'm saying? And I think for some reason that bit went over my head. But yeah, obviously, that's like the biggest films in the world. They still exist, yeah? Men flying around in big suits saving the world. And being fucking, just, exactly the same kind of, overly, like, masculine heroes. He just sent me, I just got a message saying, Graham is the fucking definition of a social chameleon. Yeah, probably, but I don't know, maybe social chameleon, but he's not trying to be a social chameleon with me, is he? He's doing the opposite. Fucking idiot. Anyway, right, I'm going to get into these. I'm going to get into some, no. All right, first things first. We're going to share this video that I saw today, right? Boom, let's get this up. It's on my Facebook. I shared this on Facebook, right? Let's get this post up of this brother. And this is what is wrong with this red pill space right now. This is why I've had enough of these fucking guys. I've seriously had enough of these fucking guys. Right.
I guarantee you, the head that a young girl gives you will be different to the head that an older girl gives you.
Yeah.
I'm saying to you, like, as a fact, without going into too much detail to try to incriminate my rascal like life, a younger girl's head game is different to an older.
So this guy's called Rare Talks Podcast. I've seen him on Instagram before. He's a Red Pill podcast, the Menomist Male Rights Podcast. Whole wave of them at the moment. And this, I don't know if he made this caption where it says, old women are washed, young girls give the best sloppy toppy. And he is there saying how young girls give better head, basically, right? This is what we're dealing with at the moment with these pussios. Plain and simple. And I've realized there's so much nonce behavior in what they're saying that it's mad. And when I was doing this Andrew Tate research the other day, this is basically what I was coming up with, yeah? Loads of different bits where he's talked about 16-year-olds and stuff like that. Granted, sometimes it's when he was younger, telling stories of when he was younger, but his attitude in telling those stories now as a whatever something-year-old man, he's still talking about it with that kind of excitement of this young girl. And he openly talks about how basically that virginity is all that a woman has to offer. That is one of the key talking points of all of these men's podcasts at the moment. And the mad thing is about, I don't know, probably like 5-6 years ago now, like an old friend of mine said that to me in a room. He literally was debating, and he's always had never really liked his attitude towards women and his thoughts about women, doesn't believe in love, like he's a bit weird, likes young girls as well. I've always kind of looked at him a bit sideways. I cut him off completely now at this point, as I kind of came in a certain development with these conversations, and he was saying these weird things to me. But yeah, he sat with me and was like, yeah, what does a woman have to offer other than virginity? Now, there's a guy 5 years older than me, probably. And I was so shocked at him saying it to me. I was like, what the fuck? Like, after he left the room, I was talking to my other friend, like, what the fuck's wrong with that guy? What is he talking about? I'd never heard this concept, right? And then these podcasts come along, and I think maybe those podcasts already existed a bit, and those conversations existed a little bit, and he was a bit up on it before me. But recently now, I'm just hearing them all the time. So it's gone crazy. Shout out Terror Slim. He said that is highly dangerous rhetoric. Highly dangerous. Of course it is. Absolutely disgraceful, right? So some man, I know there's a lot of man like Terror there, for example, like who would see something like that and be disgusted, right? Be like, right, that guy is a scumbag. Who the fuck is he? Where is he? We should do him something. Yeah? All of that. But they might not realize that Andrew Tate is someone who talks like that. They might, because really they're not seeing that, and they've only seen all of these kind of defenders go, oh, he's actually all right, look, he's going at the system, he's doing this, he's doing that. Do you know what I'm saying? And they might not have delved into it. So, that's my point. I'm going to react to some of these videos. I don't know which order to go in. We've got a couple where he's talking about that kind of stuff, right? So we're going to start on one of those. Video of him and academics. And I watched some of this the other day. Actually, I haven't watched it in full. So a little reaction video to that's not a bad idea. Let's get it up on the full screen. Right. So here we go. Andrew Tate says, I'll never date a girl over 25 years old, right? Not that age is insane. I don't know how old he is. But when you look at the whole rhetoric and the narrative that comes with it.
Listen to a lot of shit you're saying. I'm like, yo, this guy's spitting facts. But I'm like, man, this guy might be radioactive, though.
Bro, all right, let me ask you a question, right? Let's say you meet a beautiful young 19-year-old woman. She's beautiful. She's 19. She's got a low body count. You're the second man she's ever going to...
Straight away, it starts on 19, not 25.
Slept with her
oh, by the way, here's the funny thing.
Yep.
So there's a new thing that they're even starting to say.
Yep.
Even though as the older you get, the age gap between relationships, and especially marriage, happens to be about 10 years.
Yep.
If you are like 30 and you get with a 19-year-old, they're saying that there's some issue wrong with you.
Yeah, that's...
You know why? Because women who are older, who are 25 and 26,
haters,
who you're looking beyond, they're saying, wait, you're not contemplating us. You're looking to younger. Yeah. They can't call you a pedophile. So there's something wrong with you.
So academics, again, is a nonce. I can say pedophile, yeah, I can say nonce, yes I can. I don't care about the law, yeah, because the actual definition of a pedophile is a sexual attraction to children, right? I think it's like prepubescent children or whatever. But trust me, when a man wants to go all the way to the limit of what's legally allowed, that is what you are. Like, you would definitely go further. What you're attracted to is further. And like, when I had an argument with my own brethren, who, like I said, was kind of into, like, he would always chat to younger girls, yeah, younger women. I'm not saying illegal either, like, but that, like, you're pushing 40 and you're chatting to these young girls. I hotted him up about one time and he goes, "Oh, she's 21." And I was kind of like, yeah, that's half your age for one. For two, though, she didn't look 21. Like, it's like you're trying to find a girl who has this look of youth that you're attracted to, yeah? Which is paedophilia. That's literally what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Man, that really is a good example of how when you travel the world, that's pure Western bullshit, bro.
Really?
You go Moscow, you walk in the club, there's a 60-year-old mafia boss surrounded by 18-year-old girls. Bro.
Really?
Oh, yeah, all day. It's completely normal. Completely.
Wait, the 60-year-old, he's not with 30-year-old chicks.
No, fuck no, he's rich.
Stop. This is what man is saying. There's a 60-year-old mafia boss surrounded by 18-year-old girls, and he said it's completely normal. That's what he thinks should be normal, right?
Wait, the 60-year-old, he's not.
Yeah, all day. It's
Pull it
you
up.
walk in the club, there's a 60-year-old mafia boss surrounded by 18-year-old girls. Bro.
Really?
Oh, yeah, all day. It's completely normal. Completely.
Wait, the 60-year-old, he's not with 30-year-old chicks.
No, fuck no, he's rich. think he's picking up some used up pussy?
These men are literally pedophiles. They are literally pedophiles. And any of you who think that's normal, and I know there's a lot of men out there, oh, it's legal, da, da, da. You are a pedophile as well, yeah? You're a nonce. Check yourself.
He's rich. No, bro. Use up pussies for the broke boys. Like, you know, he ain't playing those games. He wants it fresh. And this is the thing about youth. The thing about youth is this. The thing about youth is this, though. It's not just the fact. It's not just the fact that they're breeding age. But you know, let me tell you something about younger girls.
Yo, how do you get bitches saying this shit, man? Yo, let me tell you this. You know the most sensitive thing about women? Aging.
Yep.
You start mentioning age.
Oh, it hurts them. Hurts them.
You meant, yo, if there was 15 chicks in here,
yep,
and you say, hey, the mob boss who's 60, he wants the bitch who's 19 years old. You know what? Everybody who's even 22, they start tightening up.
Yep.
They're like, because women are they're always playing the clock game, even if they don't acknowledge it.
Yep.
They're always thinking, am I over the hill or
am I still okay? Have I got time?
Exactly.
Have I got time? Yeah.
And when you start saying that, that's when I've heard women say, right? They're like, yo, it's disgusting if a guy who's 28 wants to fuck with a girl who's 20.
Cope. Bro, the reason, you know me personally, right? So I won't date a girl who's older than 25. And that's not even about bro, I won't. Bro, I'm 35 and I got more millions than my fucking age. I'm playing games, right? So I get to choose what I fucking want.
We know that's lies.
And I'll take me to the reason.
Why won't you do it?
Because people will say, oh, you're a pervert. Let me tell you the actual reason. It's nothing to do with the fact that she's more fertile and I can easily.
Yeah, Terror Slim, he thinks 30 is too old. Absolute madness.
Knock her up. It's nothing to do with the fact that even she's better looking, because there's some beautiful girls who are older.
Yeah.
But the younger a girl is, the less bullshit she's been through with men and the softer she is as a person. The problem is when you get a girl who's 30, how many dicks have been through her? And I'm not even worried about the dicks been through her. How many times has her heart been broken? How many times she had arguments that she's jaded? It's hard to get some genuine feminine softness.
Like you, jaded like you. This man is literally like, he's distraught with heartbreak from some woman that's really destroyed him. Yeah, literally destroyed. So he thinks he should be in a relationship with someone who hasn't been destroyed emotionally already, when his emotions are shattered.
Who's 30 and single. She's been through
the fucking track.
She's been through too much. We talk about a man's been through trauma. Any bitch that's 30 and single's been through it. She's fallen in love. She's been cheated on. She got fucking eloped on. Dude disappeared at the wedding.
She probably thought she was gonna have a kid and be married by 28.
Yeah.
So now she's 2 years past that shit. She's frustrated.
She's pissed. The guy she thought he was gonna be with fucked her sister. She's upset at life. And when she gets with you, you're just another one. You're a man too.
We're all upset in life.
You get the young one.
Look, she's upset at life. You're a man too. You're upset with men, when he's literally furious with women to the point he can't date one. Do you know what I'm saying? Academics, gosh, this guy just must have been rejected his whole life, and now he's just burnt up inside.
Well, she had her heart broken once. I was like, yeah, it's because he's a boy. You ain't with a man yet.
Okay.
Boom, yeah, I love you. It's a happier experience. It's not even about how they look.
Okay.
My point is,
Yo.
this is why I like younger women because they're not jaded.
Okay. So let me ask you this question. Like I asked you the question.
Sure.
So.
So sorry to interrupt you. And what's going to happen is when people see this, there's always going to be some old hoe going. When I say old, I mean like 28. Should be sitting there going, "You're not a real man because you're a real man. You can handle a strong woman." Da, da, da.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't even talk to old hoes, so don't even fucking tell me because I don't care what you think because I don't want you. So just you think what you want over there.
But here's the thing, and I think this is why. So, I think women are looking, if they're listening to this and they're hearing what you're saying, they're like, "Fuck." If you're saying that, like at 28, if we haven't gotten some shit already locked down, we might be a little fucked up. You're basically saying we lost the DNA lottery. Because like so now this is why they're gonna say misogynistic, right? They're like, because we weren't born a male, we're so disadvantaged.
Yeah, that's kind of the point of a lot of the stuff that's going on and we talk about with these guys. Yes, that is actually how it is. When you're not born a man, there are certain privileges in life that you don't have. But what a crazy video, right? What a crazy video. Let's see who's watching. All right, we've got more people watching. Nice building, this building. Sorry, I'm getting messages at the same time. Yeah, so that's what them man are saying basically, yeah. And he's saying, like I said, he's distraught from all the relationships he's been through. He's insecure. He's damaged. He's completely damaged goods. You know, like promiscuity in men who want to sleep around and like conquer loads of women and all of that is a huge indication of insecurity and damage and inability to look after a relationship, a woman. So everything he's saying about his people, about women, we can say about him, right? But most importantly, I think the sickest part of that whole thing was the bit where he said, was it in Moscow, wherever he said a 60-year-old can be surrounded in 18-year-old girls, and that's normal. Like, he's not calling that paedophilia, right? So, cool. Any of you, man, that support this guy, I'm telling you, you're all nonces. That's one down. We're going to do another one now. This one's a bit longer, actually, and it's a similar conversation, but this time he's having this conversation with some young boys, yeah, or like young men. I don't know how old they are, but we're gonna get into this.
It has like
let me just get it up properly, and we're gonna watch this one. And again, I was thinking it's not a honest reaction thing because I've seen this thing before, but I actually haven't. I actually just skipped through and found bits of them last time. So I hadn't seen the whole thing. I definitely haven't seen the whole of this one. Here we go.
Has like a girl ever brought you back to meet her parents?
Yeah, so the title on this is Andrew Tate on being interested in 18-year-olds. Right? It's getting younger and younger, guys. It's going to get younger even still.
If she does, do you act this way? Like, do you be real?
Parents love me.
You act this way though too?
I love you. Parents love me.
Can you show me how to light it?
Sure.
Do you tell the dad, like, I'll never stay loyal to your daughter?
Nah, but I say something else. I say, look, she's been out too much. Finally,
Save that, like, for dessert maybe when that comes, right?
Finally, she's under control. But don't worry. She was living haram, but I'm here now.
So look
life
at what's going on here, yeah? Just look at what's going on here with him sitting around with these young, impressionable guys, giving them cigars, trying to kind of entice them into his lifestyle. This is literally like, just looking at this picture, this is grooming, yeah? And this is what he did. This is how he got famous, building a platform to make these young guys like this, give him their pocket money.
Glad I met her before it was too late. I'm going to save your daughter. I'm here to save her life.
Dad's probably like you. Moms might not.
Oh, they all love me.
You're low-key a lover boy inside, I feel like.
No, I believe in love and that. I'm just.
Yeah, you're a big cuddler, low-key.
You like cuddles, yeah.
Completely. I'm a nice guy.
Yeah.
But all I'm talking about is just the things women do on dates that are unattractive. And I'm just saying that women do so much shit that's unattractive. And usually, it's 99% of the time they're talking. They're just saying unattractive shit, talking about where they've been, da-da-da. And this goes back to the meta point that we want to be their portal to the world. We want innocence. It's what men are biologically attracted to. So if any woman out here is watching it, roll it sideways.
They want virgins, is what he means to say. They want innocence. They want women who haven't done anything before. Yeah, but guess what? You're a grown man. You are past it as well. You are past it in that stage of life. Get over it.
Roll. It's a DuPont. Roll it sideways.
DuPont, Salim.
Fuck is this?
Sideways.
DuPont, bro.
From the middle of the lighter, roll it sideways.
Man can't
Down.
use a lighter. Look
No,
at
lower,
look at this.
lower, in the middle of the lighter. That's it. So
He's gathered a group of children who don't know how to use a lighter, probably never smoked before. Like this cigar, young man. Fucking hell, you're literally just grooming.
I'm telling this for all the chicks who watch the podcast. Let's say you're going on a date with a guy and you really want to get him. You ain't been nowhere. You ain't done shit. You're an undiscovered diamond. I don't know. I've never been to a place like that. Oh, how do I open the car door? I don't know how Lambo car doors work. Oh, I've never done this. I've never been there. I've never been on holiday. That's what a man wants to hear. He does not want to hear the story. Oh, yeah, I went there once, and me and my friends, all four of us went there because it was our party. And shut the fuck up. It's unattractive.
But wait, how do you...
And women don't know this. Women don't know this because they'll say all this shit, and the man will still bang them, so they think they did good on the date. Oh, he banged me. Well, no, he was going to bang you anyway, no matter what you said. But if you want him to love you, you need to learn to shut the fuck up. This is true because men find innocence attractive except for him.
Do you think it's harder?
I'd agree with men find innocence attractive. That's
Yeah. But do you think it's...
I didn't even actually realize that until you said it.
Would you, when you go on a date with a chick, would you rather hear her say, "I've never been to the club ever," or
You didn't realize that because you have no original thought of your own, and you're there because you're having your alpha male lead you. You beta male children.
I go to the club every weekend?
Obviously, never been to the
But do you
club.
think it's harder to find hot girls in that situation?
Oh, it's certainly harder to find innocent hot girls because hot girls are absolutely and utterly corrupted because they're corrupt because they're an asset that men try and corrupt. Men try and find hot chicks and show them the world.
Yeah.
So you have to be there first, right? It's not easy to do. I'm not saying that.
They are an asset that men try to corrupt. He's talking about himself here. Remember in context now of that he's on, he's been charged with sex trafficking. He's literally saying women are an asset who men try to corrupt.
It's easy. I'm
How
saying
do you
it's
get
what
there
we-
first, though?
It's how do you get there first? You just got to be a G about it. There are the odd ones. You can find the odd one who's a bit older, who hasn't had too much experience in life or sat around with some dork for a while or whatever. But in general, this is also one of the reasons men find youth attractive. You want to blow up the internet? I'll
There
blow
you
up the
go.
internet right fucking now.
There
The
you
reason
go.
18 and 19-year-olds are more attractive than 25-year-olds is because they've been through less dick. I'll say this right here on the fucking internet. I don't give a shit. People will sit there and go, "Oh, you can't say that." Yes, I can. A 19-year-old is more attractive than a 26-year-old woman, and I'll tell you why. Because that 26-year-old has talked to more guys, been to the club more times, been more places, been fucked and dumped more times, more arguments, more heartbreak, more bullshit, more mess for me to clean up. Whereas a 19-year-old might have had one guy from high school, just broke up, she's fresh, and I can fucking put my imprint on her and make her a good person, and without her having to go through all that detriment to learn about life.
So what's your key age range? 19 to...
It's not just about the age range.
As I've been saying, man is obsessed with youth, obsessed with virginity. The man is a paedophile.
Just the example.
No, I know, but
it's
what's your preference?
I mean, hot girls are hot girls,
Yeah.
right? I don't know. Hot girls are hot girls. But my point is that older women, the reason they're less attractive to men, even if men don't instinctually understand it, is because they've been through a whole bunch more shit. And we're not interested in dealing with someone else's problems. If you get with a girl who's 26, 27, she's going to be sitting there going, "I know men like you."
And it also said, yeah, on the last one, if I say, I don't care how many dicks she's been through and all that. On this one, he actually showed that he did. Now he's got to the other bit, but he was like, she's been through more dicks, da, 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 da. So, and more experiences. You've been here, you've been there. That he hasn't got to show her, yeah. And because that's about power. He's saying, I need to be able to show you the world and show you these things you never experienced before, because then I'm amazing to you and I can keep you here. You won't leave me. So it's all of it. All of it speaks to like crippling insecurity.
I've seen what men like you do. You ain't going out today.
Yeah, I don't like that. Yeah, I know
I
what-
ain't dealing. So you're telling me, wait, you're telling me you were innocent and sweet for this dude. You were nice to him. He fucked you and messed you up. And now I deal with the attitude problem you've developed because he got your pussy? I didn't even want him to fuck you in the first place. You should have been a virgin when you met me.
So I was saying, you should have been a virgin when you met me. But again, like I said on the last video, all of this, all applies to him. It all applies to him and how he treats women because of his experiences where women have broke his heart. This is life. As adult relationships, you have to understand that people come with experiences that may have jaded them, that may have impacted them. And you show them, like actually loving someone and having a strong bond and relationship is understanding that, is working on that with them, is supporting them through that. Yeah, that's love. Do you know what I'm saying? This guy don't understand love and what it is and what a relationship is. And he kind of, I haven't got clips of this today, but I'll do it another day. But there's other clips where he kind of talks about, he doesn't know whether he'd have a proper relationship or marriage. He says maybe, and he kind of explains what under what circumstances, but you can kind of see it's not really in his kind of thoughts right now anyway.
Now I'm dealing with your shit? Get fucked. Goodbye.
Don't you think though trying to find purity out of women, it kind of is like a low possibility? I mean, it's kind of like when a woman says, "I want a guy that's like 6 feet tall," whatever the case may be, right? There's less of them, and like it's like, dude, you can't really find a virgin out
The
here,
best
man.
things in the world are low probability. It doesn't mean it's not what we desire. We're talking about what we desire. And what I'm saying is that one of the best things about status is that you can now get what you desire. So at status, most men have this dream of sleeping with endless women. I could, if I decided, could sleep with a new woman every single day for the next 10 years. All I would have to do is reply to my Instagram inbox. It would not be difficult. I could do it. It's not interesting to me. I am more interested in using my status to find something extremely rare, like a woman of innocence. That's what I'm talking about here. I'd rather find 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 women of innocence and keep them, as opposed to just sleeping with endless women, because sex really ain't all that interesting to me. I think it gets boring after a while. So that's the point we're making. Yeah, it's hard to find, but just because it's hard to find doesn't mean it's not what every man intrinsically really wants. It's what men really, truly want. And what's actually interesting about it all is, no matter how innocent the female, she still wants the man to have had experience.
All right, let's get on to another point now. I wanted to let that point run out, but so basically saying I can sleep with a different woman. He's agreeing with a young man who made a good point that this is a rare thing, and then he made a dumb point of attaching it to some other kind of generic red pill narrative or whatever about what women want and the fact that you can't actually give it to them because they want that guy who's 6 foot, blah, blah. Not true anyway. All of you guys out there, you can get a woman. You don't even have to be rich. There's someone out there for you. Don't listen to this bullshit. But what Andrew Tate wants him to think that, right? Because then he can manipulate these young men and get them to pay him money to sign up to his stupid thing and all of that, his war room, whatever. But he's saying status allows him to do that, right? I can now get the status to be able to do that, which is rare, yeah? So he's talking about becoming the rare man that can do that, yeah? But you're talking to millions of young boys who don't have that status every day, and you're saying that that's what men should aspire to do. And you're literally just leaving them with all sorts of insecurities about their situation and making them feel like they can't have something completely normal that is actually available to them.
If you were to ask a virgin woman, do you want a virgin boyfriend? She'd say no. Or if she slept with one man and she had lived a good life, do you want a man who lived a good life and been with one woman? No, maybe she should have slept with a few more. They want you to have been X, Y, Z, right? So you could have been a playboy and slept with 1,000 girls and get with a virgin. She wants you to be that way.
Yes
and
or
you
no?
want her to be that way.
I don't think they want you to have slept with 1,000 girls. That's not true. There's something in what he's saying. But I don't think if you talk to women, they are not really impressed with men who sleep around loads. And the women who are impressed with that, maybe they just want to sleep with you as well. Maybe like the same way he's saying, "Oh, I'm that girl. I'm just gonna have sex with her, and then I'm not gonna wife her or whatever." It's the same thing with these guys. Like girls might go, "Oh, I want to have sex with him." Cool. They don't want to marry you, bro.
It's fine. That's how it's supposed to work. The reason it's all fucked up now is you got women out here who slept with 100 dudes, sleeping with a guy who fucked like 15 chicks, and he wonders why he can't keep her under control. Well, of course fucking not. How are you going to pull that off?
It's hard for guys.
It's hard for dudes, man, because these chicks...
I have to keep stopping. He wonders why he can't keep her under control. Yeah? This guy is not hiding that he's a controlling abuser. Not hiding it at all.
So just running through dick. It's hard, and if they run through enough dick, they're eventually going to end up on a real G's dick. We talk about. I get called a lot on the internet one of these red pill guys, and it annoys me because I'm not.
What's that mean?
Oh, this whole red pill manosphere.
What does red pill mean?
Oh, something about girls and dating and all this shit. I'm not one of them, but some of the things they say is true.
Yes,
and the
you
point I'm
are.
trying to make is that
You're a leader of them.
if you get with a woman who slept with enough dudes, eventually some of those dudes are going to leave an imprint on her you can't fill. I'd be honest with you. I feel sorry for any man who's with any of my exes. You're going to come along. You ain't me. I could whoop your ass. She knows I could whoop your ass. You can't give her what I give her. You can't do what I can do. And now you're sitting there going, oh, I still love you. And the deepest, darkest night, she's laying there next to you going, you ain't Andrew. You just tried your very
That's a
best.
good feeling,
You
man.
just tried your very best. And that didn't feel like it.
But that man might be able to do what you can't do, bro. You can't love a woman. You don't know how to look after a woman in the slightest. So there's a lot of men out there that can do what you can't do, bro.
when Tate did it. And that's it. So like it's like they're widowed in their mind, and you can't truly attach to them because part of them still belongs to someone else. This is what happens at true status. If I run through 10 chicks, I get to know I've ruined 10 wives, guaranteed 10 divorces, guaranteed, because whoever she marries, she will not be happy with because she will dream of me for the rest of her fucking human existence, guaranteed. That's how it gets. You get to that point at a certain status of man.
How do you get to that point?
And look, this is gonna end now. That's where it ends. Like,
Yo, Bale, you gotta get your shit together.
it ended with the young boy saying, "How do you get to that point? Like that is what, like that's what you want to do." These men, yeah, are on the internet all day, always talking about how women have ruined the world and not being able to date because women have gone through all of this, all of that, yeah. And now you're there celebrating the thought that you think you have actually created that. You have ruined 10 wives. The guy is a madman. Let's just be straight up and down. The guy is an absolute lunatic. How many people we got watching? All right, we still got people watching. Boom. I'm going to go for something shorter now. There's some shorter clips. What did I say to you? I said the age gets younger. Yeah? The age gets younger. There's some shorter clips we're going to go through now. How do I make this one? I think this one, it's still on YouTube, but it's how do I make it a full screen? Because it's a short. I can't work out how to make a full screen, a short into a full screen.
I was away, G.
Alright, we're gonna just put it up.
Does Eminem do anything? I was away, G. I was working as an IT technician in my former high school, fixing laptops. Okay. Got fired from there for sleeping with the head girl. You know how it is. How old? I was like 18, and she was 16. So I was like, "What's the problem?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, but you're a member of staff." Da, da, da. Whatever. So I got fired from there. I was away, G. I was working as an IT technician in my.
Yeah, we're gonna. So yeah, he's talking about this one of those videos where he's talking about sleeping with a 16-year-old girl. He's saying he's 18. To be fair, but it's the celebration in it, and obviously there's an abuse of power structure going on in there that he's actually staff, and the funny thing, the other guy there, he didn't know it yet. I think if you watch that full clip, he laughs, like he goes to laugh just about him sleeping with a 16-year-old or like a girl. A student, while this guy was in the school, didn't know what age he was until he asked, and you're still in there laughing about it. This is man's natural reaction. It's absolutely disgusting, man. You know what I'm saying? But and here's another one.
April Baker. That was her name. And I was like, "You're hot." So I messaged her. She's like, "I'm only 16. I was like, "Give a fuck. Know about me."
You hear that?
21. I don't care.
21.
So I pick up April Baker in my Mazda RX-8. April Baker.
Again, right? Let me just pause this. So he goes, "Yeah, I'm 21." Yeah. So again, that's a bit of a mad age gap. That is a bit of a mad age gap when it's like a 16-year-old. You're just legal, but it's the way he goes. I don't give a fuck. Do you know what I'm saying? And he's saying this now with confidence as a much older man. Like he's still proud of that kind of sleeping with a girl of that age. It's quite creepy.
That was her name. And I was like, "You're hot." So I messaged her. She's like, "I'm only 16. I was like, "Give a fuck. Know about me. I'm 21. I don't care." So I pick up April Baker in my Mazda RX-8. April Baker.
And that's it. I've seen a longer version of this clip. So I thought it was going to go on for longer. But again, as a grown man, his age, just sitting there celebrating this kind of thing, it's real creepy, man. It's real creepy. And then in them other videos, it's like 18, 19, you know what I'm saying? Like, if he could get away with it, do you think he wouldn't be saying those ages? Do you know what I'm saying? That's still now. Alright. And here's one with his brother on the same subject, yeah? Here's one with his brother on the same subject. And then I think I'm going to move on from this conversation because there's loads of stuff for Andrew Tate. I have another video that has the clips from... No, we are going to touch on that actually because we need that. We're probably going to show that a number of times, but Right, here's his brother talking about young girls.
And the true abundance mindset of you can.
I need to work on not making that play straight away when I load these up, but yeah.
And the true abundance mindset of you can have the pick of the crop. You can have the world's most attractive women. I mean, one of my main chicks has 200,000 Instagram followers, and I took her virginity when she was 17.
See it there, bro? See it there? And that's what he thinks is like makes his status pop, yeah? All right, mate. If that's you. Right. There is the most important video actually to respond to about Andrew Tate. I don't know if I've actually got it. This is quite a long one though. This is quite a long one, but oh my days. Imagine I'm streaming without my laptop plugged into the charger. Let me plug that in for a start. Alright, cool. We're sorted. Right, this is going to be a reaction of a reaction. And actually, this is the longest one we've done so far. But cool, this is what this live stream is going to be about. These videos are going to be long. We've still got people locked in on the stream. Shout out to everyone watching. And obviously, these videos stay online. So I know a number of people are going to watch this later. I was originally going to do these reaction videos as videos I just uploaded for people to watch in their own time. But I thought, let's just do them live. And then they stay there anyway. And then I'm going to chop them up into smaller videos for people to digest them a bit different. But so this is going to be a reaction of a reaction. Because there's a guy called it's going to have the same thing where it loads up. Yeah, knew that was going to happen. Alright, so this guy's called Bruce Rivers. He's a criminal lawyer on YouTube who reacts to a lot of like public criminal cases, right? And he breaks them down in legal terms. So this is actually a criminal lawyer reacting to evidence against Tate, right? I think this was before it was actually announced that he had been charged, and he was just like kind of investigating the evidence, right? It's good we're going to do this first actually, because I think this may have the bits of evidence that I wanted to show. For some people, like, oh, there's no evidence against him, there's no evidence. This is a crazy thing I find in today's culture, right? We feel like we should know what the evidence is all the time. Back in the day when you read a newspaper, so-and-so has been charged, you just knew they had the evidence to know that. Now we're starting to expect that we're supposed to see it. You're not supposed to see evidence from a court case, bro. That ruins the court case. It makes people get off, yeah? But if they have, you know, in this case, strangely enough, because the guy's so public, there is bits out there that we can actually analyze and work out is real evidence for ourselves, like this guy's about to do, right? So this is actually one of the like very rare cases where we do know for a fact there's extreme evidence. But just on a bigger picture, we're not supposed to always know that there's evidence. I mean, like, not be able to see the evidence. So, all right, criminal lawyer reacts.
But before we get to that, this is brought to you by eSign.com. eSign.com. eSign.com is an effective way to remotely sign documents and execute your business so you don't have any interruptions in your operations. For example, let's say you're trying to flee a sex trafficker and you want to write a book now because what you said was true and you want to prove your case. Well, you've got a publisher, but you have no way to sign it because you're in London and they're in the United States. So what do? You log on to the app. You get
I didn't want to show your marketing part of your video, bro. We're trying to. I got to learn to skip these bits, yeah. Sponsor. That whole section sponsor. Yeah, let's get past sponsor, bro.
This is what you.
We're not getting paid for that.
If you now, I'm going to play a couple videos for you of Andrew Tate. His thing is all about manipulation, control, deception, making the girls believe that you love them. Listen to this.
You will fucking, at some point in your future of webcamming, go on a date with a girl who you can tell is a complete whore. And you're going to be lazy. Because I've done it myself, and I've thought, this girl's fucking slow. And just before you even bang her, you just say, look, have you ever tried webcam? Because you're busy. You want her to work. You don't care about anything else. You have enough sex at home. It's not about sex. Now it's about money.
and you get lazy in your approach. And even though she's the biggest hoe in the world, she starts coming at you with some virtue bullshit. I would never do that. Hey, you're freaking horrible. You're disgusting. And then she'll run off and fuck some other guy she meets first night. These girls are that stupid that they think it's okay to go fuck a guy they barely know, but it's wrong to show their tits for money because girls are that dumb. So don't do that. You have to fuck the girls first. Fuck them first. So your bottom bitch has to know you're gonna be out there fucking hoes.
Control them with sex first.
Know it. So look, we're gonna.
So obviously this is like showing how he's actually breaking down his criminal enterprise of trafficking women. But I got a comment saying, do I think Andrew Tate will get a guilty verdict, guilty conviction? I have no kind of belief in the criminal justice system. I don't know what it's like in Romania. I wouldn't trust it in this country to convict anyone of sex crimes. The criminal justice system seems to be run by people who are probably nonces themselves and paedophiles, and they seem to protect each other. And that is one of the least convicted crimes. But having said that, Andrew Tate himself has said that he thinks he's going to get a guilty conviction. I'm pretty sure. As I just said that, I thought, hasn't he said loads of times that I will get off, but I think that might have been previous. I'm pretty sure in one of these more recent interviews, he said himself that he thinks he is going to get a conviction. He said he believes charges will be coming from the UK. And like, every time he does this, it's like his crazy fans see it as some kind of like proof that he's understands the Matrix and look, he knows everything. No, he knows everything because he knows the crimes he's done. He knows the evidence. He can see the evidence that we can't see. That he is seeing the paperwork that they've put together against him, or his lawyers are. Do you know what I'm saying? So the fact he's saying that, I think it might happen. I think he's going to go guilty, or he's going to be convicted guilty.
Run this business together. We're going to grow this business together. Right now, you're on camera and you're doing really good. In a year from now or 2 years from now, I don't want you on camera. I want you typing and the other girls on camera.
Which isn't true. Because if you don't want her on camera, guess what? You lose your revenue stream, right?
Let her sit there. Yeah, career, selling a dream, career progression. All the shit they do in normal jobs to keep the fucking person slaving away. Eventually, you're going to...
What's the operative word here? Slaving away. Those aren't my words.
Here, we're going to own this. You're going to make this much. Blah, blah, blah. But the only way we can do that is if we go have all these threesomes with all these girls, because these girls have to work for us, and they're not going to work if they don't love me, because they're going to run off. So the only way me...
So he's worried about running off. Huh.
You, as a team, are going to be rich people is if we go get a bunch of girls to suck my dick together. Do you agree? And if you do that right, she'll sit there.
He is such a fucking scumbag. The only way this can work is if you get two other girls to suck my dick. Give me a break. So that was one I wanted to show you. The other thing is, let's see. So
I got a comment saying, do I think he's guilty of his crimes? Yeah, I mean, this is the main video that kind of breaks down that it's not even a question. It's a fact. He's guilty of them. Like, this is the evidence. This is evidence of, like, when you look at the actual charges and what the prosecution are accusing him of, and that it was using manipulation of relationships in order to get women to do sex work for him. Like, that's literally how they're wording the charge. And this video, he's literally explaining that that's what he's doing. Maybe some men don't realize those kind of things are charges when formed with, you know, all of the actual details that come with it. As far as the R charge, you know, if it's going to have those leaked, it says chats leaked and all that in this, I don't know if it's in this video, I'll show them myself. Like, the audio of him literally talking about it, he's literally sending voice notes to women, talking about basically how much he love R-ing them and all this kind of stuff. It's not even debatable.
So let's just watch this video about Vivian, and we'll talk about it on the other side.
At it where I've had girls who say, oh, I know you're with Vivian. I know you've been with her a long time. I don't mind. I'll stay out tonight. You two stay.
Listen, Vivian, this part is the most important part. And it's why I actually brought up this video, because it's related to the age stuff. I'm mostly talking about the age stuff today, right? But this is the most important part of the age stuff.
had it where I've had girls who say, oh, I know you're with Vivian. I know you've been with her a long time. I don't mind. I'll stay out tonight. You two stay alone. All that shit. But it never lasts long. Because the ones who are really in love with you won't do that. You actually have to downplay your relationship with the girl of 6 years. Relationship with the girl of 6 years. 6 years. And I only get away with that because the girl of 6 years plays along. So Vivian's been with me 6 years.
So he's been with Vivian for 6 years, right?
Completely head over heels in love with me. She wants kids with me, everything. And we met and we felt whatever, we're in love. But when a new girl comes, she'll go, oh yeah, I started off working for him and it's just how it worked out.
So Vivian's in on the con, right? And so if you're being deceived, even in the love arena, in order to get you to sex traffic, in order to get you to do the webcam business, it's part of the forced fraud or coercion.
Super downplay us. When I bring on new girls, I usually pair them with Vivian. Because Vivian's younger. Melissa's like 28, Vivian's like 21.
Vivian's 21. And at this point, he's been a girlfriend for 6 years. So you do the math. It means that they met when she was 15 years old.
Do you know what I'm saying? The guy's paused, like I said, there's a reaction of a reaction. He paused for me. Do you know what I'm saying? I had to pause. I've randomly paused where it brings up this screenshot as well. Remember, guys, 30 is the first year. 30 is the first year you can legally fuck women half your age. Don't feel old. Life gets better with age. No, Tristan, you can't fuck 15-year-olds at 30. Yeah? Maybe 16-year-olds, that's what you meant, that are just half, as they turn 16. But again, this is just literally, look, these men are just nonces, like, wild.
Fun, more outgoing.
But yeah, let's pull up on that, yeah. So I told you, I didn't even plan the order I was going to do this in today, but it's mad. We went from him talking about 25-year-old girls, right? To talking about 18, 19-year-old girls, to talking about 16-year-old girls, to talking about a 15-year-old girl who he's been in a relationship with since she was 15, right? And he accidentally exposed that in his own words in this video.
Melissa's really quite, not in a bad way, she's more homey, boring, sits at home. So if you're going to pair a girl with a girl, it's much easier if the girl's fun. So a description of your relationship process with Vivian. So yeah, that's how it started. I met Vivian in Slovakia. We had a long-term relationship thing. I was living in England. It's a really long story. I don't want to tell you the whole story. I moved her to England to be with me to start doing my webcam company, which I started. If you don't have a webcam company, you need to look into it, because as soon as you have a couple girls in love with you, it's the fucking easiest money in the world. No, I take that back. It's not easy money. You got to build it up. But once you get girls built up, then it's free money. Like every other business, you got to build it up. But I decided I want to start a webcam business. Vivian's beautiful. I said, look, stop being a waitress. Come here, live with me. She came. Everything was fine for a couple of weeks. Melissa obviously lived in England. They didn't know about each other. They found out. They tried to have a big argument with me. I did exactly as I said, downplayed it, didn't give a shit. Everyone moved in together. Everyone started doing webcam. I was making loads of money. Then we agreed to the split like we said. And that's basically been it. Since then, new girls have come along. Vivian understands that I'm fucking these hoes, but I don't care about these hoes.
So the manipulation involves Vivian. Aside from Andrew Tate's ultra masculinity, let's just call it that, because I think it's just sick, to be honest with you.
Fragile masculinity.
For younger girls.
When you run game like me and meet the women who I meet beautiful virgins. I'll do 2 or 3 virgins a year. A virgin when you're an ice cold player. There is a tactic.
When we look at what they're doing.
Do you know what? His brother seems worse than him. His brother is literally using the word virgin. Tate avoids, like Andrew Tate avoids using the word virgin when he's talking about these things. These men are sick men.
They're on this media blitz. They've hired this human rights lawyer. They've come out with these tweets that are very selective in the text logs that they've shown. And it's pretty clear that these two girls are trying to get out of the situation and having to act while they're in the situation. And then from what you've seen with Vivian is clearly in on the trafficking. If you remember Jeffrey Epstein, it's really similar to what Ghislaine Maxwell was doing. Because, the girls feel comfortable around other girls, right? And it doesn't seem as threatening. We're going to post this. This was originally, we got this from the Crabman and a couple other places. But look what they're doing. I mean, mostly Eastern European young women who don't have anything and glob onto what they believe is opportunity are used and abused and served like hell. And I know you guys get out of this guy's psyche. He's got absolutely nothing for you. Now, here's the thing. Am I biased against him? I kind of am, you know, and I'm going to tell you that straight away. But for you to say, for anybody to say they don't have anything against them, they don't have anything, they do. They have a treasure trove. They have a lot. And these girls, I mean, what you saw posted by one of Andrew Tate's cronies was cut and paste job, and it was just to try to make, you know, a public relations campaign. I'm going to show you one more thing. I think it's just absolutely hilarious. This is a little video we came across. In fact, I was on this guy's show last week. But this is Andrew Tate's lawyer talking about the Matrix.
When your client was arrested, he said very enigmatically, the Matrix has sent their agents to get me. The Matrix has...
See, he fucking laughed because it's bullshit. The Matrix? You know why? Because there ain't no Matrix. There is, I mean, it's a way to really deflect from your own responsibility of what's going on. You know, because you got a lot of followers, right? You got a lot of guys, you know, who are sitting there with Hustler University or Hustler Worldwide, wherever the fuck he calls it now, sitting in their mother's basement eating Cheetos and staining their underpants, jerking off to this guy. Here's the thing. There is no Matrix. And even his lawyer thinks it's stupid.
To me. Can you explain what he means by that?
I also don't know. I heard the story of Matrix, but I don't know. I have a serious profession, and I didn't ask my client about this Matrix story because I think that is about something on media platforms or internet platforms, and I don't know about this story with my...
Your Honor, we would like to file a motion and have the Matrix barred from this courtroom. What would they do? There's no fucking Matrix.
Listen, I don't know what... I don't quite agree with him that there's no Matrix. Let me just make that clear. Because there is a system of control out in this world that is out to get people and get... you know, the Matrix is actually misogyny. The Matrix is actually racism. It's white supremacy. You know, the way he uses the term Matrix, because it's from a popular film, to try and like entice these young boys to kind of sign up to Hustler University and all of that, it's a bit bait. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and obviously he's not the person the Matrix is after. If anything, he's a guy trying to join the Matrix. He's trying, and he said that. He goes, "I'm not." Like, he talks about the system, and he says he wants to be accepted by, he wants to be a part of it and have that power. He's openly said that. So it's not like, it's a manipulation tactic when it's said by him.
He thinks there is a global system that includes big tech and governments and so on.
Shout out to VM.
To control and
Shout out to VM in the tech in the chat. I just see a message just laughing about when he said, "I also don't know."
Governments and so on. That is trying to control and inhibit the way pretty much everyone lives, and that he has been targeted by them. Some people might even call it the deep state, if you like. He has been targeted by them because he is trying to emancipate.
Give me a fucking break. You know, all he's doing is taking your money and manipulating you. And it's ridiculous.
As his lawyer?
I don't believe that, and I think that if...
Okay, Matrix guys, and I know you're out there, and I'm sure probably gonna get all these bot messages. There's like 4,500 bot messages that just went out not that long ago. His own lawyer doesn't believe there's a fucking Matrix. Okay? His own lawyer.
Talking about my client beliefs, you should ask...
let's be real though, obviously all lawyers are part of the Matrix. Like, I do understand that, including this criminal lawyer Reacts guy, but it is what it is. We're all involved in the Matrix, to be honest. We all pay taxes, we all take part in some way or another.
Him at the proper time about this matter.
That's something you don't do. You don't say, you know, go talk to my client. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
This matter, it doesn't have to do anything with my activity as lawyer.
Well, this has just been our little reaction to some of the blowback that we're getting from the incels who think that they have no evidence
Incels.
against Andrew Tate, and it's all the Matrix out to get him. There is no Matrix. There is evidence. He's got all kinds of criminal problems that are going to surface, and they're going to surface hard. He's already in jail. So, and I stand by my earlier position that he should be entitled to bail, and he should definitely not be incarcerated if he's not charged. So, this is Bruce Rivers. I'm a criminal defense lawyer, and I love what I do, and I love hearing from you guys.
And that's enough of you. But shout out, what's his guy's name? We just said his name. Chris. Bruce Rivers. I was gonna say Chris Rivers. Chris Rivers is Big Punisher's son. But yeah, that's interesting as hell. I think I can't put all the Andrew Tate videos in one thing, so I'm gonna come off of the Andrew Tate conversation. The main thing I wanted to establish is that Andrew Tate is a nonce and he's into young girls, and if you guys think that's normal and that's what you look up to and that's what kind of excites you in this world, then so are you, and you need to go and sort your fucking head out and get therapy, and it's as simple as that, really. I was going to show the texts and the voice notes that incriminate him from his UK cases that obviously show that he is guilty. He is guilty of those things, of the R charges, but they're not the R charges he actually has now. They're ones that got dropped here before, but apparently they're being reinvestigated, and even he has said he believes UK charges are coming. But all that lets me, I don't care about charges. It lets me know that he's done them things, yeah, because it shows him saying it himself. And I'm not actually here, like, people think that I'm here to, like, call people out, cancel them, all that. I'm not here to do any of that, yeah. These people ain't even reachable to me. I'm here to address the people around me and in the actual, like, vicinity who actually do have access to me and regular people, and how this is impacting how you guys talk. Yeah, when you guys are on the internet going, this guy's he's trying to tell the truth, he's trying to, he's exposing them, he's a great guy, like, that shows me, that shows me that we're in a problem, and that, that needs to be addressed, because that's a fact. I know you guys are doing it, whether he's guilty or not. I know you guys are out here saying these narratives, so we need to stop that, because that actually is having an impact on real men in the real world, going out and committing these kind of committing acts of violence against women and sexual assault against women. Like, this is actually happening in the real world because of these narratives being normalized. But what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna go to my post. I said send me stuff to talk about, right? Oh, shout out to Graham Javon again. Maybe get back to these comments in a bit. Shout out to Cracker John. Cracker John said we should talk about Cracker John. Send me some Cracker John links, man. I'll do a reaction video. Should I do music reaction videos? I don't know if I should do that, man, because I don't want to. I don't want to say anyone's music's trash or anything. You know what I'm saying? I got love for everyone, man. You know what I'm saying, do your thing. So I know I got sent a few videos earlier to react to, so I want to get into that. All right. One second. I'm just trying to look at what her show is called in that. I think it's called She Can. So I got sent this stuff by Sherry Artlett. Sherry Artlett, who has a radio show. She does a number of things. She's definitely someone to look up and vibe with. Look up her social medias. I want to put her Facebook on the screen in a minute when I show you this, but I should probably show you some other social media stuff of hers. So she sent me a video. It says, "Ladies, let's have an honest conversation." I don't even know what this is going to be, to be honest. I'll make it full screen. Yes, I can. Let's pull it up. Ladies, let's have an honest conversation.
Ladies, I want us to have an honest conversation about what happened in this video. Now stay with me because I'm not attacking this woman. My figure's not too dissimilar to the woman in this video. Because I don't go to gyms, I work out outside. I know when my female figure is in spandex or anything tight, it is attractive to men. And not even just girls with really, really good figures. I think, you know, gym wear on most women does look attractive. Ladies, does it not make logical sense that if we're looking our best for ourselves, then men are automatically going to look at us and find us attractive? I'm a heterosexual woman, and if I see a woman...
Yes, of course it does, but that doesn't give them the right to in a way that makes you feel uncomfortable.
And walk past in gym wear in a good figure, I will look at her figure and sometimes I'll admire it and I'll be like, damn girl, you look good. Walking in, looking attractive and looking good, you're going to get glances and you're going to get looks. If a man starts to over invade your space or gawk at you or stare at you for long periods of time, then yeah, of course, you know, you have a right to say something.
Wait, let me read what's actually on the post here, because I haven't really worked out the context of. So obviously we're responding here. There's a gym guy. Actually, I need to start getting his stuff on the live. I've stopped seeing it now, but there's a guy in America who's a gym guy who's always calling out women for their videos that they post exposing men in the gym. He's a proper waste man, and his agenda is insane, and we need to get to him. But this looks like it's related. But trainer gets caught on camera being a pervert, and when I stand up for myself, he threatens to call the police and revoke my membership. Okay, so that's what it's saying in this thing. So she's saying it's okay that he's looking, I guess, in the first bit there. I guess I assume she's saying he hasn't invaded her space yet, because she's also acknowledging that when he's invaded, if he invades your space, then yeah.
But what sort of frustrated me a little bit about this video is it didn't sort of come across like that. It looked at it sort of like a glance. We don't need to be making mountains out of molehills. Ladies, all I'm saying is if you don't want to be in an environment where that type of stuff happens, then don't put yourself in one. You can go to an all-female gym, you can work out outside. There's plenty of other options, but why put yourself in a place where you know you're going to get frustrated?
Who the fuck is this woman?
Into a gym, wearing the shorts and stuff like that, which you're welcome to. You're working out, you can wear that, but you're an attractive woman, so people are going to look at you, and we have to understand that we can't change biology. We can't change pheromones.
That woman needs to shut up, and let's just say that very clearly. Yeah, I mean, I don't really disagree about the point of when he's looking over in that part, that it just kind of looked like a glance or whatever that could be innocent. But all of those generic narratives about don't put yourself in that space, don't wear those clothes if you want to, it's disgusting. If I'm being honest, just disgusting to hear. I mostly stick to men making them narratives rather than addressing women so much. But yeah, I'm going to call it what it is. Sharia, we should stop wearing gym gear or tight clothing to prevent men's sexual desires. Let me change that to a laugh react now that I understand the concept. I liked what he posted earlier because I wanted to get to it earlier, so she sent me some more. I guess this is going to be on the same concept. Yeah, but one thing I want to just note on the last one is she said that the man threatened to call the police, etc. So she is saying that this man, there was more to it than what she actually posted, right? Like with the Mayhem thing yesterday, with Mayhem, the man masturbating on the train, for anyone who don't know who that is, and some people were like, oh, you can't really see what's going on. I'm like, yeah, but there's obviously more going on here, and you can see enough in that video, don't get me wrong, you see way enough, but there's obviously more also. And the girl says, I've caught you on film, and you see his reaction. He doesn't know how much she's caught on film, do you know what I'm saying? And the fact that everything that we do see and her saying it, we have to understand that there's more to this video. All right, let's get this one bigger. I don't know if this isn't the same. All right, let's just read this reply. This is a reply to the comment. We've got this text. We are the root problem. Why don't you go to the root of the problem? Because the moment men stop buying into soft pornography and sexualizing women regardless of what they do. Okay. The moment men stop buying into soft pornography and sexualize women regardless of what they do. Okay.
Why is it whenever I do a video holding women equally accountable for their contribution to over-sexualizing us, that I get a bunch of women in my comment section deflecting and talking about men? To deny we are the root of this problem is delusional. The idea that when men stop buying it and when men stop over-sexualizing us, that's when it will stop. It starts with us, the supply, not catering to the demand. People are always going to demand drugs, but what do
Let me just say it, this woman is a complete idiot.
we do? We take out the suppliers. People are always going to demand weapons and guns, but what do? We take out the suppliers. We have all the power because we supply it. And then you play yourself even more by willingly joining to organizations like OnlyFans, who, by the way, is not run by a woman. That CEO is a man, and you ladies made him a multi-millionaire. He has been profiting off of you selling.
Yeah, it's made by a man, so that is the root, right? Yeah, misogyny made by a man. The over-sexualizing of women that she's talking about in this entire thing, made by a man.
Yourselves. So he financially benefited, you guys financially benefited, but you know what didn't benefit? Our society, and that is just facts.
Yeah, our society is benefiting nothing from this woman. Nothing at all. Absolutely nothing. She's an idiot. Plain and simple. Alright, we've done quite a bit today. Got a comment from Bad Slave, that's Terror Slim, saying, call out the sympathizers. Yeah, that woman basically is our sympathizer. You can tell it already. She's already going into all them generic narratives about what women are wearing and da-da-da. So she's being a sympathizer of women being sexually abused and harassed, and saying that women are the root of the problem. That woman is a prick, yeah? And she can go get Dash on the list with the rest of the men sympathizers out there, yeah? How long we gone today? What's the time? We've done like an hour and a half. I think that's good, man. I think that's good for the second day. And do you know what, yeah? I didn't even... I haven't been sharing these videos before I put them out, yeah? Like, I haven't been setting up the link and then sharing it. I just realised today, because during lockdown, I did do lives before, but I did them through Zoom. They were less professional. I didn't have the same mic equipment and camera and everything. And I did them with loads of other people. It relied on having loads of other people join together. And I will work out how to get people on here and get, what's George Ross's face on here at some point to, cuss him out. But yeah, what I'll do tomorrow if I do one, I might just do this every day for a while. But, I've got to keep finding good content to respond to. Tara wanted me to watch the Andrew Tate interviews. I don't want to do the same people every day, but the BBC interview and the Tucker Carlson interview, I haven't watched them. I said, why am I watching this? Like, this guy, like, our sympathizer or artist himself, like, chat rubbish and try and manipulate people. I already know who he is and what he's about. I've watched enough of his stuff, and don't get me wrong, like, I spent hours on end watching these people's stuff whenever they come along to try and understand them at first. I don't mean I'm going to sit and watch every new interview, but since I haven't watched them and now I'm doing this, maybe we should watch them new ones, and just do little breakdowns. But we should also do some other stuff. I can't just stick to the same people and everything. But big up everyone that's been locked in. It's myself, Novar FLIP, SJW Live, Social Justice Warrior. I got the SJW hat on today, right? Available at socialjusticewarrior.co.uk. Got the 521 t-shirt on. Hit up man like Blade. I'm not sure where you order these from, but I'm sure they're out there and available. Go watch my interview on 521 at YouTube channel. That's still doing bits. Everyone's still talking about that. Big up everyone, man. Big up Terror Slim. And we'll be back, man. You know what I'm saying? Love.